BJP MP and actor Hema Malini has survived a fatal accident when her Mercedes collided with another car on the Agra-Jaipur highway near Dausa in Rajasthan last night. But, and this is the real story, a 2-year-old girl lost her life in the collision while 5 others were injured. And some of the family members are now claiming that had there been greater attention paid to them and not to the VIPs, maybe a life could have been saved. Either way, the deadly crash once again highlights how the country's roads are turning into India's giant killers. And by the way, Hema Malini's driver is already out on bail. Smita Sharma now reports.
An injured Hema Malini in hospital. On Wednesday evening, the actress-turned-politician's over-speeding Mercedes collided with an Alto car in which 5 members of a family were travelling. 2-year-old Chimi was killed, while 5 others, including Hema Malini, were injured in the accident that occurred on the Jaipur-Agra highway.
अल्टो गाड़ी में जो 5 मजरूब थे वो घायल हो गए थे और मर्सिडीज गाड़ी के अंदर हेमा मालिनी जी जो राज्यसभा सांसद है वो घायल हो गए थे। तो उनका जयपुर में इलाज फोर्टिस हॉस्पिटल में हुआ था और वो जो 5 अल्टो गाड़ी मजरूब थे उनका इलाज अपने दौसा सरकारी हॉस्पिटल में हुआ था।
The 66-year-old actress underwent a surgery for her wounds at the Fortis Hospital in Jaipur.
Ms. Hema Malini had an laceration in paranasal area and on forehead just near the right eyebrow.
The police arrested Hema Malini's driver, Ramesh Thakur, earlier on Friday. The cops also filed a case against him under various sections of the IPC, including rash driving and causing death by negligence. The driver, however, was later released on bail.
जयपुर साइड से गाड़ी आ रही थी, लाल सोड जुड़ा उस पे कट पे उसने गाड़ी सामने देखा नहीं, दूसरी रोड पे अचानक मोड़ दी। अपनी लाइन में था, लिमिट स्पीड थी मेरी 90-95 स्पीड थी, कोई फास्ट नहीं था मैं, उसने सामने देखा नहीं और बीच में घुस गया।
On the other hand, the injured members of Gupta family who were travelling in the Alto car hit by Hema Malini's Mercedes are battling for their lives at Savai Man Singh Hospital in Jaipur. Hanuman Gupta, who's being treated at the hospital, lost his 2-year-old daughter Chimi in the accident. The condition of his 5-year-old son Sumil is reported to be critical. Apart from Hanuman, his wife and another member of his family are also being treated at the hospital.
तुमसे बहुत तेज गाड़ी आई, मुझे टक्कर हो गई। बिल्कुल स्मूथ गाड़ी चल रही थी हमारी, तो तेज भी नहीं थी।
Meanwhile, Vasundhara Raje visited the injured at the Savai Man Singh Hospital in Jaipur. The Rajasthan Chief Minister also met Hema Malini at Fortis Hospital in the city.
Thanks to the airbags in the car, Hema Malini was lucky enough to survive in this accident and sustain only minor injuries, while it proved fatal for the Guptas who lost their 2-year-old girl child. But questions need to be asked that if indeed the Mercedes driver was overspeeding, as a responsible lawmaker, did at some point Hema Malini ask the driver to slow down? Here in Jaipur with video journalist Nikhil Sharma, this is Smita Sharma for India Today.
Joining me now to look for solutions. What can be done to avoid these kind of killer highways of ours? Dr. Kiran Bedi, former IPS officer and someone who's looked at this issue in depth, and Saji Cherian, head of operations at Save Life Foundation that looks again at road accidents. Appreciate both of you joining us. Dr. Kiran Bedi, I'm not going to go into this particular instance as to who was responsible, because conflicting versions are there. Was Hema Malini's driver speeding, or was the Alto car on the wrong side of the road? The fact is, a young 2-year-old has lost her life. A family finds itself grieving tonight, and one of India's famous film stars is in hospital. Do you believe that there is something inherently wrong with road safety and our awareness of the need for greater road safety?
Rajdeep, I don't see anything right. You're asking me, is there anything wrong? I would say, is there anything right? I think traffic management and road safety is one of the most disjointed system in this country. You don't have, when everybody's traversing national highways, interstate traffic management, but there is nothing called coordination. There's nothing coordinated about it. This government has drafted Roads Transport Safety Bill 2014, and it is the answer to the problem. I hope the Parliament passes this quickly, because it's giving you the following, which do not exist till now. It gives you an absolutely unified driver licensing system, enhanced electronic enforcement, protection of the victim, formation of a national transport authority, a unified information system, and a national highway traffic regulations and protection system. None of these exist so far. None of these. So I'm therefore saying,
yes,
there's nothing which is existing till now. It's most disjointed, and this will replace the Motor Vehicle Act of 1988. So imagine so many years have gone, we've not addressed the problem.
You know, Saji Cherian, I know that just about a year ago, the Gopinath Munde accident happened.
Absolutely.
And then there was an attempt being made by the government. They said, we are going to toughen the laws. We are going to ensure that negligent driving is treated, rash and negligent driving is treated with an iron hand. We are going to change the laws. And there's a sense that has also got diluted. Groups like yours are complaining that the government has not done enough to enforce stricter traffic regulation. There is no fear of the law in this country. You can have better roads, better highways, but if there's no fear of the law, then you're going to have more instances like this. Tell us more about that.
So Rajdeep, what happened today is unfortunate. A child died, but every day 20 children die on Indian roads, and that doesn't make news, because this was
because Hema Malini was
exactly,
there, it made news. Yes.
Exactly. We are dealing with an epidemic. Over 10 lakh people have died in road accidents over the past decade. Over 55 lakh people have been severely injured. So we are dealing with an epidemic. As
How many people die every year?
We have close to, the Indian government figure says close to 1,50,000, but WHO puts it 100% more. So we are looking at roughly around 2.5 lakh people dying every year in road accidents. So it's an epidemic that we are dealing with. As you mentioned, the government, after Mr. Gopinath Munde's death, especially Mr. Gadkari, came out and said that we will revamp the whole system. It's basically a systemic failure that we are looking at, and we will create a comprehensive law, and we'll introduce it within a month. In September, they came out with the first version of the Road Transport and Safety Bill. Over the past 8 to 9 months, there has been constant dilution of the bill. We have now, on June 23rd, the 5th version of the bill came out. Unfortunately, elements of road safety, which was there in the first version, close to around 45 sections were there. Out of that, 40 sections have been removed. And the section which actually talks about road safety says the government may make rules with regard to road safety in the future. And so there is a complete dilution from where we started in June to June as of now. It's a complete dilution.
What is it that you're looking for specifically? What are NGOs? What is the Save Life Foundation? What do you believe will bring that figure down from 2.5 lakhs per year of Indians dying in road accidents?
So there are multiple factors which
if I were to ask you the top 2 factors.
First is the Road Safety Authority. So in India, as of now, there are multiple departments which deal with roads, and unfortunately they are not working together. They are all working in silos, so there is no coordinated effort.
So that's one.
So there is a Road Safety Authority that was envisaged in the first version of the bill. Unfortunately, the powers of the Road Safety Authority has been diluted. So we're looking at an authority that will bring together everybody and work towards road safety. The second aspect, which we don't discuss much, is the road design and engineering aspect of it. A lot of accidents are caused by road design and engineering. We although say that it is driver error, but because of lack of scientific investigation that does not happen after an accident, a lot of accidents happen because of road design and engineering. In the bill, in the first version, onus was put on contractors and road designers on their blame would have been put on them because the way they designed the roads. So unfortunately, those two are missing from the new version.
Also, emergency facilities. We are told that in this case, maybe if the facilities had been faster, maybe that girl's life could have been saved. We'll never know. But do you get a sense, Kiran Bedi, that this is not again a top priority issue? It's not treated as an epidemic. As Mr. Cherian is saying, we need to see these issues as epidemics not just when a Hema Malini suffers an injury or when a Gopinath Munde dies, but when any young anonymous Indian, faceless Indian dies on the streets?
Yes, it's an epidemic. More than 12 lakh people have lost their lives in the last 1 decade, and almost 55 lakh people have been left injured. These are the admitted figures. This is an epidemic. So, millions of times more than the murders we commit. So these are murders by negligence. Those are murders by intention. These are murders by negligence. So I think this bill must be passed in an improved way by the parliament this time. And if it doesn't, let an ordinance come. Otherwise, how do you deal with this epidemic? Because everything is disjointed.
But not a diluted bill. But not a diluted bill. We need a tough.
Not a diluted bill.
Not a diluted bill. We need a tough.
Original position.
Okay, we will monitor this issue.
Absolutely.
I assure you, we will continue to monitor this issue and see if Mr. Gadkari's office brings the bill in its original form to Parliament and passes it. It's not a difficult bill to pass. It's not the land acquisition bill, which is politically contentious. This is a bill which should be passed. That's the best way that we can ensure that incidents like this are reduced perhaps in this country. I appreciate both of you joining us. We will continue to raise these issues in the weeks ahead.